sure, like so many others, we've been asking ourselves the question, how do we reduce power bills, and especially electricity? Now, I don't know about you, but I use a lot of AA batteries. I have a Goodman's radio which I use in the bathroom, which is showing its age now. That requires 4 AA batteries. I'm replacing those probably every couple of months. I also now using a new Sony camera to record these videos by, and it requires this type of rechargeable battery, which is a bit naffy because really it's like having 3 AAAs together, and the maximum sort of run time from these batteries is only an hour. So I have several of them to enable me to do these videos as well as other things. I thought, well, how can I reduce the reliance on, when purchasing batteries, especially thinking about the wastage that's creating, and how can I use a free power source to enable me to do that? Well, I did this by looking on the old internet, as we do, and I bought myself this 30-watt solar charger. Now, just I warn everyone, if you're thinking of getting batteries, rechargeable batteries, devices, etc., and you want to charge it, always ensure that whatever you're purchasing matches the current and wattage and ampage that the device can take that you're trying to charge, because you obviously don't want to blow them, you don't want to damage them, and you want maximum lifetime from the things you're recharging. So I found this particular thing on good old Amazon. The model is LSFC-30. It's a 30-watt solar charger panel, and the specifications are on the back here. It's a monocrystalline. Maximum power is 30 watts. It's got USB-A, that's 5 volt, 2.4 amps. USB QC, that's 3 output. That's 5 volts, 3.4 amps, 9 volts, 2.5 amps, 12 volts, 12 amps max. And Type C output for 5 volts, 3.1 amp, 9 volts, 2 amp, 12 volt, 1.5 amp. So if your device that you're charging falls under that criteria, you can basically charge the device. But always make sure with your manufacturer's specifications for your device before attaching it, because I said you can ruin that device, and you don't want a fire, and you certainly don't want batteries going pop. So always be careful. At the same time, I ordered this Power XS battery charger. This model is a C9024, which came with a set of 4 AA batteries for charging and 4 AAA batteries. And it's got a USB Type C as well as a micro USB input for charging. So I can use these batteries on perhaps something like this to save all that waste. I also have this device which charges the Sony camera batteries. It's called an LED intelligent charger, and the input is 5 volts, 2 amps, 10 watt, and that falls under the specification, as we can see from this particular output that this solar panel provides. I was thinking about the actual Goodman's radio, taking the AA batteries. I have had it must be close on to 10 years now, and I thought, well, perhaps it's about time that it's retired. Well, again, on the internet, I can't admit that the sound quality isn't as good as the Goodman's, pardon the pun. So I bought myself a Solo B1, and this has an inbuilt charger, a battery in it, and it has a USB-C connection for charging, so I thought I'd give this a try as well. And to my great delight, all of these devices work with this solar charger. There's no, I haven't found any issues so far. They've only been using it for a short while. Let's have a look at this panel, this solar charger, to see what it's like. It's quite a substantial device, actually. As we can see from the on the solar charger itself, it shows you that the outputs that are possible from it. It says a tablet, a USB device and phones, but again, check the voltage and ampage for your device. There's like a zip pocket, one to put your cables in, and the actual device itself, I don't know if you can see this, probably not, which has the two USB connections and the USB-C. This is the other side, which is playing back. So the idea is, I've got the window here. Let's have a look. There's an LED in there. Oh yeah, the LED is, again, I don't know if you can see it, is currently on. Right. So if I place that against the window, I'll show you this in a second. Right. You get some idea of what it looks like. So, first thing to try and to prove, a single USB-C cable. You can see it's got USB-A on that end and the USB-C on the other. So if I plug that in at the bottom and plug that into one of the tops slots for USB-A. So I've plugged it in. If I turn it on, to the volume down, because of course you're not allowed to. Right, and again, I don't know if you can actually see this. Turn the camera around. But it's actually showing that it's charging, which is great. The actual battery in here lasts 15 hours, it's stated, but I can charge this whenever. It is sunny today, but hasn't got direct sunlight on the rear window, and it's working very, very well. Well, that's that device tried. Let's have a go for my intelligent. Turn this off one more to radio, so you don't be covered for copyright infringement. The LED intelligent charger. This is a 5 volt 2 amp, and we will try again the USB-C. Now, as you can see, at the moment there's no batteries in there, nothing's being charged. So let's try them. And again, you see that? You can see they're starting to be charged, which is great. And it's the same for this, or you showing this one as well. It's the same for this particular device as well. I plug in the USB and it just charges, which means that I don't have to think about charging batteries again for many different devices. Well, I hope this has been of interest and helped you. I'm going to basically, this I'm afraid is going to become e-waste, or I may use it in the shed. Yeah, probably use it in the shed, because just take the batteries out while it's in the shed. When I go into the garden to do some work, I'll pop them in so they'll last a long time. When the batteries run out, I'll start to use the AA's out there. Well, I hope this was of interest to you, and it's been useful. I'm quite enthused and excited about it. It's the first time that I've tried something like this, and it's actually worked. I bought a charger quite a few years ago to go on top of the shed, but it always came back with saying the device is not recognised when I try to plug my phone in. I think the main reason is because I didn't understand the voltage and amps at that particular time. I'll say again, I hope that's been of interest to you, and if you like, please like the video and subscribe.